Four teams have battled through the opening round of the college football playoff, and now the pressure and the intensity continue to mount as we go to the quarterfinals, moving away from home sites and onto neutral fields. What's the bigger factor, the battle-tested team or the better-rested team? Welcome to Pasadena, California, and the iconic Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential, part of the college football playoff. As we'll see the number 7 seed in this playoff, the SMU Mustangs, taking on last year's national champions, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Hermstreet. Time to find out who's going to be moving on in the college football playoff. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. They'll return it from inside the 5. Coverage team flying down. A good job. They limit the return. Not much there. So Colorado's offense comes on the field first today. Down to the final 8 now. Quarterfinal matchups at neutral locations, Kirk. And that means one team, which won a conference championship, is rested. The other team is coming off an emotional win just a week ago.
And, Chris, the prevailing thought would be, boy, the team that gets a chance to rest would be in a better position. But as we saw in 2024, the teams that got that rest, they lost their rhythm. And I think the teams that had a chance to play, they continue to stay in their routine, and it really benefited them. Let's see how it plays out today.
They get him down, but the game moves the ball up to the 36. Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Getting set. Here's second down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Caught over the middle. It's Joslin. And they wrap it up after the completion, just short of the first down marker. Hebe keeps it himself.
That's how you keep the opening drive alive right there. Good, hard, tough running to be able to pick up that first down and a third down conversion.
Off the play fake on first down. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield.
Now, this just goes to show you everybody makes mistakes. This quarterback is looked and viewed as one of the top quarterbacks in the entire country. But even he makes a poor decision, puts the ball into coverage, and he throws an interception here early in the game.
They'll hand it off. And the defense smothers him for no gain. The Mustangs will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense.
You know, a lot of times you see teams go up-tempo when they've got momentum. It comes off to a big gain. These guys are struggling, and yet here they go, going back to old reliable, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage again.
And they pick up the first on the ground. Heads out of bounds after a solid game. And the Mustangs begin a new series here, 1st and 10.
What a big game by this offense, and they're now going to kick to that up-tempo. Kind of sense that the defense is a bit on their heels, confused, looking to the sidelines. A great time to go hurry up.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
Well, not much of a gain there, but this is what they do. They love to go fast. The defense has got to be aware.
Stopped right there at the line, no gain. The offense eager to keep this drive going. They're facing a 3rd and long from the 20 now. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Makes a quick catch. The gain moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal. The Mustangs pick up enough yardage for a first down. From the shotgun, drops back. He's got it near the end zone. And the defense comes up with the football.
You know, with wide receivers, we get enamored with their size and their speed and their versatility and their ability to make plays after the catch. But none of those things are more important than taking care of the ball. He makes the catch, but he doesn't secure the football, and it's a fumble.
The back's got it on a counter. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Grabbed by the receiver. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a 1st down. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. It's a quick grab. And he'll pick up the 1st down, stopped at the 27. They bring it down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength. 1st down. Looking to throw the football. Looks over the middle, and that's complete.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Stop out at the 39, but good enough for a 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Joslin. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. This is the 6th play on the drive. Looking to chuck it again. Snags a good throw. He stopped, but he gets a 1st down. A new set of downs after that completion. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. And completion makes it 2nd and short. Keeping it on the ground here. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. 1st down and 10. He's looking to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Evanson. That's a flashing run with the spin move, but produces just a short gain. The completion makes it 2nd down. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. Looks right for a quick completion. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
The Buffaloes line up with a 1st and goal. They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Touchdown, Colorado, as they claim the lead in this playoff game. That kind of execution in a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up 1st downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open scoring. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. Coverage team flying downfield. Not much gained on that return. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. The last possession ended in a costly fumble in plus territory. They can't have another one of those here. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8. And the Mustangs come to the line to run the hurry out.
This offense is known for that up-tempo approach. The defense has got to make their calls and get adjusted and ready to play.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Grab down the middle. It's Lopez. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Lose the ball to the 33. Offense keeps keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down.
Now, there's no time to sit there and talk to each other as a defense. You give up a big gain for a first down, and already you got to get lined up because here comes the ball again.
The catch is made off the carom there. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down.
That quarterback put a little bit more on that football. I thought it was going to get in there, but give credit to the defense for getting a hand on the ball. But the presence of mind by the offense to come up with a completion.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. And he finds the running back in the flat. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain. Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41. Can they make the first down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision? Can he get there on the ground? The Mustangs pick up enough yards to get a fresh set of downs. Offense building momentum on this drive. It's a first down at the 44. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. That ball snagged for a completion. Defense surrounds it. Just a short gain on that completion. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Offense looking to throw the ball. Defense is coming after him. Tough to show by the sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down himself. And the Mustangs come to the line, set a fresh set of downs.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first, keep this drive moving.
Quick completion to the tight end. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. Can he make it to the marker? He make the tackle inside the 30. It'll be first down there. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. So Kirk, Colorado has the lead. We reached the end of one in this quest to move one step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. We expect the teams to have worked through some of the nerves of this playoff game as we begin the second quarter. Offense set up. This is play number 10 in this series. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. On first down, why not keep it on the ground? Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. The Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, we're going to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Lopez. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down. 12th play of this marathon drive in the playoff, and they face 3rd and short. They'll try to run for the first down.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. And the Mustangs line it up with 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. It's press coverage now from these DBs. Now they come up 2nd and goal from the 3. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. So 2 chances to score a touchdown in the red zone already. They came up short. Now it's 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Mustangs, as they get on the board here in this playoff game. So with playoff pressure, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
Here's the point after attempt. And it's good. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And the return starts just inside the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And here comes the Colorado offense back out on the field. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient and precise. Short pass finds the tight end. And it's good for a first down with 36.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
So quickly, all the way up to the 36 in his first down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Makes the catch downfield. Tackle made after a huge gain all the way to a 40. Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looking for his big tight end. Catch made in space. Look out. They finally make the tackle, but a huge gain down to the 15. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Here's a quick screen to the receiver. And this one goes nowhere, lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And the quarterback keeps it here. A change of direction.
It's a nice game by this offense. This quarterback has such a good feel for running the option. Whether it's handing it, keeping it himself, or pitching it, puts a lot of pressure on the discipline of this defense.
They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Running out of time in the pocket. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Listen, I'm not going to second guess from up here in the booth, but 3rd down and 1. Just get the first down, move the sticks, and keep the drive alive. That one backfired.
So now on comes the field goal unit. This will be a 35-yard attempt. The field goal is good.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. So it'll be a touchback, ball spotted at the 25. And the SMU offense is back out on the field now. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held them just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now 3rd down coming up. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Bringing pressure. And the pass is incomplete, but the defender a little too aggressive here. That should result in a first down. 15-yard defensive pass interference. That player will get an earful in the sidelines. And the wideout goes in motion. Looking to throw it on 1st down. And it's incomplete even on a 1st down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. Incompletion sets up a 2nd down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. The pass rush gets home. The Mustangs will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Taking a shot deep down the right side. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down. And the Mustangs will bring their punt team on the field now. Not what he was hoping for. Instead of pinning the offense deep, it's a touchback. And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. Settled for a field goal last time out. Can they open things up on this possession? That's knocked away. Defense makes a nice play. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10. What can they do here to make it 3rd and manageable? Play fake, looking to throw. And this time it's complete.
Chris, this guy has a big-time arm. He just zipped the ball in there. Yeah, you can sometimes show your arm strength in other ways than just bombing it deep.
He is stuffed at the line. It's going to bring up 4th down. And the Buffaloes will line up to boot it away. And the offense will punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense makes its way on the field to get the drive started. Off the play fake, looking to throw. On the move now. Picks up the 1st down and still going.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the 1st and the 2nd option aren't there. By the 3rd option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
They get him down, but he crosses midfield, stopped the ball to 44.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. He'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go. Looks like a man is down in the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Well, I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands. But the good combination of good coverage with a good pressure on the quarterback, and you come up with sacks like this.
Mustangs will line up to punt it away. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. And no chance for a return as the punt sails out of bounds. And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. They were forced to punt it last time. Now they're looking to respond and add to this lead. Grab down the middle. It's Joslin. He make the tackle, but this offense has crossed midfield. Set it with a 1st down to the 47.
This receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play. Already over 50 yards here in this 1st half.
He mix it up with a run. Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss of the play. Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. To dart to the left side. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a 4th down. And the Buffaloes bring their punt team onto the field. They're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. That takes a big bounce and rolls all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. The last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? Aggressive call, a deep shot on 1st down, but incomplete. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Let's see what they can create here now to avoid a 3rd and long. They're going to run it here. The pickup is just 3 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 7. And the Mustangs hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Swarm to the pass rush. A sack.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you've got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
The Mustangs will send their punt team onto the field. returner is brought down. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. Handoff here from the shotgun.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. It's an out route. The catch made. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Deep shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th. The Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. Looking to flip the field here. He was hoping that would check up, but a big bounce sends it into the end zone for a touchback. So the first play of the drive here coming up, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. The pocket breaking down. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Boy, this defense is having a game. So much pressure, so many sacks already, and we're not even to halftime. The offense better do a better job of protecting, and I think the offense coordinator needs to make some adjustments in his pass pro to give this quarterback a chance.
This pass rush has been a problem. Another sack sets up 2nd and long. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Caught over the middle. It's Perkins. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. That's reeled in. It's Perkins. And they'll move the 6 on that one. It's a first down to the 42.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Pass caught. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gain there. And the Mustangs will line up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. The gain good for just a few yards. The defense swarming to the football. They'll crank up the tempo here. The clock ticking down. 2nd down. Catch made on the left side. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. One of those critical 3rd down plays coming up. It's a run. Running back's got it. And we're able to move the 6. Set up now. First down at the 34. Offense stops the clock with their 2nd timeout to talk strategy. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Quick throw to his receiver. Wrapped down the middle. It's Perkins. They finally make the tackle, but he gets all the way to the 14. The Mustangs are in the red zone. Here comes a throw from the red zone. He's running out of time here. Incomplete. That should have been caught. That's on the receiver. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Pass caught. Can he get in? Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. Looking to throw here. And he'll just throw it away to avoid the sack. So with only a few seconds left before halftime, out comes the field goal unit, trying to tie this game up before the break. Med kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And that will tie the score as halftime approaches.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. So it's first down, but they just kneel down before halftime here. Looks like the offense content to run the clock out here and go to halftime. Talk about the second half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, the magnitude of these CFP matchups is always on another level. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. And on that note, time to throw it back to our guys at the stadium.
And the Buffaloes will kick this deep to begin the second half. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he left that one in the end zone. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. He's swallowed up at the line. Could not get past that big defensive tackle.
Well, that was definitely not what they had in mind, but look at this. Here comes the tempo again. Undeterred by the tackle for a loss.
Catch made over the middle. Tackle made, but it moves the ball to the 25 as they try to get this drive going. And the Mustangs looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
With these big pass plays can jumpstart this offense a bit, and here they go with the tempo, looking to get this defense confused and out of position.
Caught quickly. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion. Offense in hurry-up mode. He'll hand it off. And the run moves the ball up to the 33. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Nowhere to run. No corralling for no gain. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. And the offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth down in their own territory. They'll try the right side on the toss. Crosses the 45. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. The Mustangs pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs.
Chris, I'll be honest, man. I thought on fourth down and one, they might be just trying to draw the defense off sides, but they caught me and probably the defense by surprise as well, especially on their own side of the field. Gutsy play call right there to keep this drive alive.
And the Mustangs have first and 10 here.
Oh, that was close. Got just enough for the first down against that man-to-man coverage. Good awareness by the receiver to get past the sticks and move the chains.
Tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. The freshman shows inexperience. Lucky it didn't get intercepted. Following the incompletion, second and 10 from the 30. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He'll try a pass here. Pass is caught on a comeback route. He's brought down quickly as short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. Hand it off for a draw. Enough to convert on third there. So first down from the 12 now. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. This defense just cannot get off the field. A long march moves on. Tight end goes in motion. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Finally, the defense is able to come up with a play on this drive. Let's face it, this offense has been able to put things together. Quarterback's had a nice drive, but finally, great job of getting the pressure and getting after that quarterback.
So here comes third and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Looking downfield near the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Coach is going to take the 3 points. Here comes the field goal unit. He made good on his first try. This one is from 36 yards away. And it's good right down the middle. And they've regained the lead.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And they'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Buffalo's offense is back out there on the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. He's brought down after a short gain. It's not going to be first down yardage. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Makes a quick grab. Tackle made at the 41. That's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Brought down, it crosses midfield to the 46. It's a first and 10 play coming out for the offense. Incomplete. Tried to find the receiver there. Just missed him. Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Play action, looking to throw. Pressure is coming. Heavy pressure, he lets it go. Or throwaway there. Gave up on the play, but now it's going to bring up third down. Looking to throw again. A deep shot to the right. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. Could take it all the way. They finally tackle him, but what a tremendous play, the pick and then that return.
Chris, if you're going to make that throw, that's called a 2-ball. That means it's got to be on a line. Here he puts it way up in the air and allows the defender to come over and make a play on the ball. Great job by the defense.
The SMU offense is back out on the field now. They'd love to stretch the lead here with a touchdown. Had to settle for 3 last time. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. The Mustangs will hustle to the line here to run the hurry out. Short connection to the tight end here. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. No huddle now for the offense. On third down, he drops to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. They move the ball across midfield and set up a fresh set of downs.
Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time.
Oh, the pass rush gets home.
If I'm on this offensive line, man, I do not want to see the game film. This has been a tough game for the big boys. It appears almost like they've just been moonwalking the entire game, and they've been pushed all around. That's 6 sacks surrendered already in this game.
So this offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Trapped again in the pocket.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle the pressure of this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of, Chris, get this, 7 sacks in this game so far.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Now he's swarming again.
That's another big sack for this defense. They've come up with so many sacks. It's a great way to get back into this football game. Now give the quarterback credit. He's played tough through that so far, but one mistake could potentially be a game-changing play.
And the Mustangs will have to kick this away. We have punted away for the 4th time today. No fair catch, looking to make a return here. And the returner will be brought down. And here comes the Colorado offense back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. There's a screen pass to the running back. They keep the drive going. It's a 1st down at the 46. A new set of downs after that completion. 1st down, they're going to throw the ball. Looking for his big tight end. He's got it with room to run. They make the stop, but it's a big play with 31. And the Buffaloes come up to the line to crank the tempo up here.
Okay, here they go. Big 1st down, good pickup, and they are off and running.
He decides to keep it here. Finding space at the 20. They bring it down to the 13. This offense really threatening now to score. It'll be 1st down. The Buffaloes will have 1st and 10 here. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
So the first snap in the red zone, and this defense, I'll tell you what, they are up for the challenge. A big sack that could really lessen the damage on this drive.
Second down now after the sack. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. He goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down play now, trying to keep this impressive drive going. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Joslin. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. Knocks that one right down the middle. And that will tie the game here.
Now, I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. Last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. That gain moves the ball out near the 25. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. They'll run it to the left. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. And now they run the draw play. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. The Mustangs will send the punt team onto the field. On the kick now for the 5th time today. And it's taken at the 25. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. And now the first play of this drive now from the 35. Gives it to the back. Now they test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Second down after that run on the previous play. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Here's an easy completion to the back out of the backfield. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Looking for a man deep down the left side. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down. And the Buffaloes will have to punt this one away. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And the SMU offense is back out on the field now. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Swarmed to the pass rush and sack.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the third quarter of play. We reach the end of 3 in this playoff game. Deadline, a classic on our hands as we stop to check the game summary so far. Heading to the fourth quarter, who can step up and make a crucial play in this pursuit of a national championship? First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. The pass rush closing in. Grab down the middle. It's Perkins. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line. And the Mustangs will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss of the play. Now it's second down here. Quarterback drops back. Oh, they trapped him for a sack.
Chris, that is textbook by this defense in man-to-man coverage. Nowhere to go for this quarterback. He's looking around everywhere to find an open man. By the time he figures it out, it's a sack for the defense.
So here comes third and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Now on third and very long, looking to throw. Sack on back-to-back plays. Looks like the player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. The Mustangs will line up to punt it away. Forced to kick it away for the 6th time. He takes it at the 40. Coverage team brings down the returner. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Handoff in a single back formation.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. If I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
And he shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker. They'll try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. And he will be stuffed for no gain. Tie ball game late, and they're going for it on fourth down. And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop. The shotgun handoff here. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Second down play coming up for this offense. Receiver in motion now. They go with a short shovel pass. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's third down. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Looking for a man deep on the right side. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete. And the Mustangs will bring their punt team onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. That punt heading out of bounds, so there'll be no return here. And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they were stopped on a 4th down try. Can they get something going here? He makes the grab. Tackle made after a solid game to spot the ball at the 34.
With that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. And he'll set up to throw. Looking for the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Bucks. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. And strong coverage there to tackle him at the 11-yard line. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this run? Can they try the middle, but stuck for no gain? The Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout where they check it out. Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. What's the call going to be? Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. On the run, going to heave it downfield. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now. And the Mustangs will bring their punt team onto the field. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. And the Buffalo's offense is back out there on the field. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. He's got it in the open. They finally stop him. It's a huge gain down to the 23. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down.
But how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the 4th.
Quarterback still with the football.
There's great discipline by this defense. Assignment football at its finest. Able to string the quarterback out, shut him down to prevent the 1st down.
Quarterback in the shotgun here on 3rd down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Buffaloes.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the 4th quarter. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away.
27, SMU, 13.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Looks like a man is down in the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. And the SMU offense is back out on the field now. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. They lose 3 in that play, so now it's 2nd down and 13. Important play coming up. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And he goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a... He'll be sacked back after 1, narrowly avoiding a safety.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. Backed up with the 1. He's going to throw it. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. And the deep shot falls incomplete. But wait, there is a flag on the play, so we'll check that out. Defense will have to regroup now after that 15-yard penalty. So 1st and 10 for the offense after a costly 4th down penalty on the defense. Catch made on the left side. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. The Mustangs looking to run some tempo here.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds, so that clock will keep ticking.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. That short completion sets up a 3rd down play. Dropping back, it's Johnson. He cannot escape. It's a sack. The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. 4th down. He's throwing for it. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, they cannot connect. Really needed that completion. Instead, it's a turnover on downs. Grinding away on the ground. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8. Junior able to bring him down quickly. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Bit of a gamble here. Offense going for it on 4th down.
Well, I think you go with the safe call here with the out route. Quarterback's comfortable with that. I would have loved to see the receiver take that route a little bit deeper. Now...
finds his receiver. That's enough for the 1st down. Touchdown, Colorado. Add 6 more points to the total. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
So they'll try to add the lead now to the PAT. Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
SMU 13.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and will bring the football to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. Their championship dreams not quite dead yet, but it's desperation time. They've got to get something going right now. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Dropping back, it's Johnson. Defense is coming after him. Throws the ball away, but not before taking a hit. So it's 3rd and long from the 29. The defense play coverage or blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Receiver makes the grab. They've got him at the 48, but that's a first down. And the Mustangs come up to the line in a hurry-up.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Play action here on first down. Moves out of the pocket.
Boy, the defense trying to get after this quarterback. I love the concept. I love the idea. Here, they don't give up the big play. They prevent him from getting out and picking up huge yards.
Looking to pass here on second down. Looking deep down the right side. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, SMU.
Man, I love this. Chris, I don't think they're going to have a chance to come all the way back. But here we are, under 2 minutes to go, and they continue to show some fight. And then, you know what? Who knows? Maybe you cover an onside kick and you get right back in it.
And they'll set up for the PAT. And it's up and good. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. On the hand seam, all over that to make the recovery. And here comes the Colorado offense back out on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. He shrinks the tackle. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Back behind the quarterback, line in a pistol. On first down, they'll keep the running game churning. Nowhere to run up the middle. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And brought down at the line with that big defensive tackle. For the offense getting set, this is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain. So they're short on fourth down. The coach decides to try out the field goal team. And the importance of this attempt, if he makes it, it's now a 3-score game. And he's got it from 47 yards away, showing off that deep range. So after adding to this big lead, they are set to kick it away. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. He's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. The offense with some pre-snap motion. On first down, it's play action. Grab behind the line. It's Lopez. Short completion there. Second down coming up. Back to throw. It's Johnson. Comes up with the catch. Brought down very quickly. Not much to show for that completion. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Third down play here out of the shotgun. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up fourth down now. The Mustangs will come to the line looking to keep the drive going on fourth down. Needs a completion here on fourth down. Here's a target, and it's complete. They've got it, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going. And the offense wisely spikes the ball here to stop the clock. Second down play coming up. And he drops back in the gun. And he'll just throw that one away to avoid what would have been a sack. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Looking deep for late game heroics. And it falls incomplete, and as the clock hits 0-0, that's it, game over. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that's going to do it. The winner survives and advances in the playoff bracket. We'll talk to you down the line. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.